Discover Canada Study Questions. For more practice, go to CanadianCitizenshipTestKit.com.
How large was Canada's Navy at the end of the Second World War? A. About the same as it had been at the beginning of the war. B. It was still a tiny collection of ships. C. The third largest in the world. D. The largest in the world. The correct answer is C. The third largest in the world.
What is an electoral district? A. The geographical area represented by a Member of Parliament, MP. B. A geographical area based on language that is represented by a Member of Parliament, MP. C. A geographical area represented by the Prime Minister. D. A geographical area represented by a leader who is chosen by a political party. The correct answer is A. A geographical area represented by a Member of Parliament, MP. What is the right of peaceful assembly? A. The responsibility to always show respect. B. The right to gather with whomever you choose. C. The right to attack the government. D. The responsibility to listen to what the government tells you. The correct answer is B. The right to gather with whomever you choose.
What is the approximate population of Canada? 2012. A. 23 million people. B. 34 million people. C. 58 million people. D. 42 million people. The correct answer is B. 34 million people.
What happens during the report stage of a new bill? A. Committee members study the bill clause by clause. B. Members can make other amendments. C. The bill receives royal assent after being passed by both houses. D. Members debate the bill's principles. The correct answer is B. Members can make other amendments. What are the most common non-official languages spoken at home by Canadians? A. Middle Eastern languages. B. European languages. C. Chinese languages. D. African languages. The correct answer is C. Chinese languages. Which international trade organization replaced the General Agreement on Tariffs and Trade? A. World Trade Council. B. Trade Barrier Busters. C. World Trading Group. D. World Trade Organization. The correct answer is D. World Trade Organization. Which province's major industries are forestry, energy, and mining? A. British Columbia. B. Alberta. C. Nova Scotia. D. Quebec. The correct answer is D. Quebec.
What is the most common religion in Canada? A. Hinduism. B. Sikhism. C. Judaism. D. Christianity. The correct answer is D. Christianity. What happens during the Senate stage of a new bill? A. The bill receives royal assent after being passed by both houses. B. A similar process as in the House of Commons. C. Committee members study the bill clause by clause. D. Members can make other amendments. The correct answer is B. A similar process as in the House of Commons.
What are the three main types of industry in Canada? A. Service, entertainment, and food exports. B. Service, manufacturing, and natural resources. C. Service, art, and weapons exports. D. Service, music, and visual arts. The correct answer is B. Service, manufacturing, and natural resources.
What can you do if you know that you will be unable to vote on Election Day? A. Nothing. You cannot vote in the election. B. You can ask a family member to vote for you. C. You can phone the government on Election Day to vote. D. You can vote at an advance poll. The correct answer is D. You can vote at an advance poll.
Who enforces the laws in Canada? A. Special militias. B. The Army. C. The courts. D. The police. The correct answer is D. The police. Where does the Clarkson Cup come from? A. It was bought by the League in 1984. B. It was donated by Lloyd Clarkson, the League Commissioner, in 1982. C. Adrian Clarkson, the 26th Governor General, donated the cup in 2005. D. It is an old trophy for men's hockey that is no longer awarded. The correct answer is C. Adrian Clarkson, the 26th Governor General, donated the cup in 2005.
What major economic milestone took place in Canada in 1951? A. For the first time, a majority of Canadians could afford adequate food, shelter, and clothing. B. For the first time, a majority of Canadians could afford their own house. C. For the first time, a majority of Canadians could afford a telephone. D. For the first time, a majority of Canadians could afford their own car. The correct answer is A. For the first time, a majority of Canadians could afford adequate food, shelter, and clothing.
What do we now know Upper Canada as? A. Nova Scotia. B. Ontario. C. Quebec. D. Newfoundland and Labrador. The correct answer is B. Ontario.
What are Canada's official languages? A. English, French, and many Aboriginal languages. B. English. C. French and English. D. English, French, and Mandarin Chinese. The correct answer is C. French and English. Which of these are examples of service industries? A. Construction, automobiles, and government. B. Transportation, healthcare, and tourism. C. High technology equipment, banking, and food. D. Retail services, aerospace technology, and clothing. The correct answer is B. Transportation, healthcare, and tourism. Who gets special consideration in Canadian courts? A. The police. B. Nobody. C. Lawyers. D. Politicians. The correct answer is B. Nobody. If you want to serve in the military part-time, what is the best choice? A. Serve in the Coast Guard. B. Serve in the Navy. C. Serve in the Reserve. D. Serve in the Army. The correct answer is C. Serve in the Reserve.
Discover Canada study questions. For more practice, go to CanadianCitizenshipTestKit.com.